Okay, we have one more question here. Functions f1 and f2 are from this interval to set R, where f1x is this definite integral. Here we have part of t minus j power j from j is equal to 1 to 21. This is multiplication operator. We have sigma operator for addition. We have multiplication operator. Okay, we put j is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 21 and multiply. Okay, and f2x is 98 into x minus 1 power 50 minus 600 into x minus 1 power 49 plus 2450, where x is greater than 0. In both the cases, x is greater than 0. Okay, and mi and ni denote the number of points of local minima and the number of points of local maxima of function f of I, where I is equal to 1 and 2 in the interval open interval 0 to infinity. Then we have to find the values of these two expressions. Here m1 will be number of points of local minima of f1, and n1 will be number of points of local maxima of f of 1. Okay, so how can we find points of minima and maxima? For that, we differentiate function. We first write this product. What is f1x? f1x is integration of function. We have integrand function t minus 1 power 1, then t minus 2 power 2, t minus 3 power 3 up to t minus 21 power 21. Okay, now we differentiate this. Simply replace t with x. We get f1 dash x is equal to x minus 1 power 1, x minus 2 square, x minus 3 cube, and so on up to x minus 20 power 20 into x minus 21 power 21. Okay, for points of maximum minima, we compare this derivative to 0. We find x is equal to critical points will be 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 21. We have 21 critical points, but not all the critical points are local maxima और लोकल मिनिमा. सारे जो क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स हैं वो लोकल मैक्सिमा लोकल मिनिमा नहीं होंगे. ओनली दोज क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स विल बी पॉइंट्स ऑफ लोकल मैक्सिमा और लोकल मिनिमा वेयर derivative will change its sign. Okay, now we know the sign scheme method. Sign will change at the critical point for which corresponding factor has odd power. Okay, so we will consider only these numbers. 1, we are considering factors having odd powers. Okay, so critical points will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19 and 21. Okay, now we check sign scheme. Okay, we will have here plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus sign change alternatively. Okay, so here all these critical points are points of local maxima or local minima. Those points will be points of local minima where derivative will change its sign from minus to plus. Okay, so points 1, 5, 9, 13, 17 and 21. This will be points of minima. We have here 6 points of minima, so value of m1 is 6 and value of n1 will be 5. There will be 5 points of maxima. 3, 7, 11, 15, 19 are points of maxima. Okay, now we can find the value of this expression. 2m1 is 12 plus 3n1 is 15 plus m1 is 30, and this sum is 57. Value is 57. Okay, now we check function f2x. Now derivative of f2x will be 98 into 50 into x minus 1 power 49 minus 600 into 49 multiplied by x minus 1 power 48. Okay, now this is 49 into 100. Okay, so we can take 49 into 100 into x minus 1 power 48 common. Inside brackets we will have x minus 1 minus 6, and this is x minus 7. Okay, now for points of local maxima and local minima, we compare this derivative to 0. We find x is equal to, we will have two values of x, 1 and 7. Okay, now we put sign scheme of derivative of f2x. Critical points are 1 and 7. Okay, here we will have sign plus, then minus, then minus. Okay, here x minus 1 has even power. Okay, so while crossing x is equal to 1, sign of derivative won't change. Okay, so there is only one point of minima and no point of maxima. Okay, so value of m2 is 1 and n2 is 0. One point of minima, this is point of minima, and n2 is 0. This is not a point of minima or maxima, though derivative becomes 0 at x is equal to 1, but this is not a point of extremum. The reason is derivative is not changing its sign. Okay, now we use these values here. We find value of this expression as 6. Okay, we have 6 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 6. Okay, now look at this question. Let gi from this interval to set r for I is equal to 1 and 2, and f from this interval to set r be functions such that g1x is equal to 1, g2x is equal to modulus of 4x minus pi, and fx is equal to sine square x for all x belongs to closed interval pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8. Now we define SI as this definite integral. It is integration of fx into gix from lower limit pi by 8 to upper limit 3 pi by 8 for I is equal to 1 and 2. Then we have to find the values of 16 s1 over pi and 48 s2 over pi square. Now what will be s1? S1 क्या होगा? Put I is equal to 1. Here integrand function will be fx into g1x. Fx is sine square x, g1x is 1, so integrand function will be sine square x only. Okay, lower limit pi by 8, upper limit 3 pi by 8. Okay, now we can easily find the value of this integral. We can use sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x over 2, but we have a simpler approach to get this value. Sum of these two limits is pi by 2. Okay, so we can use this property. This is a very common property. We can replace x with a plus b minus x. Okay, so here we will replace x with pi by 2 minus x. We get s1 is equal to, integrand function will be cos square x. Replacing x with pi by 2 minus x, we get cos square x. Okay, limits will be same. Okay, what is the advantage? Sum of sine square x and cos square x is 1. Okay, so what do we do? We add these two s1s. Okay, we get 2s1 is equal to integration of 1 from lower limit pi by 8 to upper limit 3 pi by 8. Okay, so this will be 3 pi by 8 minus pi by 8 or pi by 4. So value of s1 will be pi by 8. Okay, for this value here we get this is equal to 2. Okay, now we have to get the value of s2. Put I is equal to 2 here, we get s2 is equal to, integrand function will be sine square x multiplied by g2x is modulus of 4x minus pi. Okay, lower limit pi by 8, upper limit is 3 pi by 8. Okay, now here also we can use same property. We can replace x with pi by 2 minus x. Okay, with the same limits, we get s2 is equal to lower limit pi by 8, upper limit 3 pi by 8, and integrand function will be cos square x into, we are replacing x with pi by 2 minus x, so here we will have cos square x, and here we will have 4 into pi by 2 minus x minus pi. Okay, this will be 2 pi minus 4x minus pi, it will be modulus of pi minus 4x or modulus of 4x minus pi. Okay, now what is the advantage? When we add this, integrand function becomes modulus of 4x minus pi, because sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Okay, so we have 2s2 is equal to integrand function is modulus of 4x minus pi, lower limit is pi by 8 and upper limit is 3 pi by 8. Okay, now we can find this value. For that we draw the graph of y is equal to modulus of 4x minus pi. Now this becomes 0 at x is equal to pi by 4. Now this is mean of these two values. Okay, mean of these two values is pi by 4. Keeping these values in mind, we draw the graph. Here we have coordinate axis. We mark values pi by 8, 3 pi by 8 and pi by 4. Okay, at pi by 4 this value becomes 0. At pi by 8 value will be pi by 2. Put x is equal to pi by 8, we get a value of y is equal to pi by 2, and at x is equal to 3 pi by 8 also value of y will be pi by 2. Okay, so at this two values of x, height will be same, height will be pi by 2. Okay, and the graph of function will be like this. Okay, now these two triangles are congruent, these two heights are same, these two widths are also same, because this is mean of these two values. Okay, so what do? We find area of this triangle and multiply it with 2. Area of this triangle is 1 upon 2 into pi by 2, this height into this width is pi by 8. So area of this triangle is pi square over 32. So sum of areas of these two triangles will be pi square over 16. Okay, so we will have S2 is equal to pi square over 32. Put the value of S2 here, we get this is equal to 48 over 32, and this will be 1.5. Okay.